Hi everyone, you join us at Bisham Abbey today. We're here with a very special lady. Usually we're supporting Hockey for Heroes and Help for Heroes, but today we're here for a very different reason. We're here today to support the British Heart Foundation and Great Ormond Street Hospital. This young lady, Anna, is currently on the transplant list waiting for a heart transplant. I'm joined by Andy as well, her father. Andy, do you want to talk to us a little bit more about why we're here today and what the transplant list means to you and your family?
Yeah, absolutely. So Anna has been on the transplant list exactly a year today. So we wanted to mark that anniversary by trying to raise awareness around the need for donors. There's about 6,500 people right now in the UK looking for a donor, all adults and all children. There's about 200 of those are children, and about 40 need hearts, so they're just like Anna. So there's quite a long waiting list, and there just aren't enough donors to go around. Statistically, about 500,000 people actually die here in the UK every year, unfortunately, and only about 1,000 of those actually get an opportunity to be asked the question whether they can be a donor. And once you realise those figures are quite small, what's important is that actually a third of adults choose not to donate, and it's normally a family refusal as opposed to a donor registration.
We were just talking about that as well, weren't we? Because I assumed that as a donor, I'm signed up on the donor register, but your family can then deny access to the organs following, obviously, the incident that's caused the donor.
That's right. So as an individual, it's important to register your wishes as being on the registration scheme.
Yeah.
But that's really what's more important is that families actually speak to each other about their wishes and let others, their next of kin, know what they want after a death.
Yeah.
That's really important because quite often families will refuse donation because quite often they're not aware that somebody had those wishes to donate.
And it's quite a traumatic time as well, isn't it, for families?
It is, especially when it comes to children.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, little children. Anna's one of 40 kids needing hearts, and some of those kids, they're babies. You know, they're born and they need a heart transplant immediately after being born, and of course they need a baby's heart.
Yeah.
So there are other babies in the world that unfortunately don't make it in the first few months, and it's really important that those babies' hearts become available to help those other families.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really traumatic time for a family who are losing a child to be asked for the very first time with that question: have you thought about donation, and would you consider it to help other people? And quite often, in that traumatic time is the worst time to be asked that question, and therefore you get quite a high percentage of family refusals. It's actually over 50% in children, and it's about 30% in adults. So you need next of kin to at least talk about it, and well before that, really. That will be an ideal situation.
So our key message today is, one, get on the register.
Yes.
Two, talk to your family about it. It's a difficult conversation to have, right?
It is.
But it's really, really important that,
It is.
you know, should anything happen to you, you can actually save, I think, is it 9 lives for every...
Yeah, a donor can provide 9 solid organs, they call them, which is the heart, the lungs, and so on. They can actually help up to 50 people with tissue donation for things like heart valves. So, like I say, 9 people could be saved, but strangely 3 people die every day waiting for donation. So refusing to put someone 9 organs is the next 3 days 9 people will pass away as well. So it's that serious, it's that important.
Yeah. So Anna, can you share a little bit of your story with us? I believe you're a hockey player anyway, right?
Yeah, I was. I played hockey to somewhat a sort of pretty good standard. I got into the county squad, but actually soon after I had to stop because I collapsed at school.
Oh, okay.
And I was taken into hospital, and they did a load of scans and actually found out that I had a heart disease. And ever since, I've had to sort of stop all of the exercise and all the sports that I've been wanting to do. I've all had to sort of really sort of cut back on all of it because it was a risk that some sort of symptom might happen. We don't want anything to get too serious. So although I've always enjoyed coming along to hockey matches, coming and watching and supporting teams and stuff, so I feel like I'm not missing out too much.
But your dad was saying to me as well that you've recently been on a bike ride and you had a motorised bike donated to you so you could take part in that as well. So your dad was doing all the physical work there, but you were still involved in the event itself, which is amazing, right?
Yeah, so we were given a bike by a very, very generous man called Mike.
It was Mike from On Bikes,
Mike from On Bikes, and he gave me an electric bike, and it's absolutely brilliant. it's basically a small moped. It's great. It's great. You don't have to do anything. You just press a little button and it's
Good.
great.
Good. So that meant you could ride alongside your dad, right?
Alongside, she's way off in front. Psychologically, she destroys me at every hill. So I'm there thinking I've got to get up this, and she's just off into the distance, laughing normally as well. So yeah, I mean, it's great to see Anna back doing some form of exercise.
Yes.
She still has to pedal the bike. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like a moped.
Yeah.
She still has to pedal, but it's a bit like whichever hill you go up,
Yeah.
you can make it feel like you're
Yeah.
going up along the flat. So it's great. I mean, it's great to see her with a smile on
Yeah.
her face, getting back. And she hasn't ridden a bike for 18 months.
Yeah.
So to act, I mean, her old bike is tiny.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she stood next to it. She goes, "I'm never going to get on that again,
Yeah.
am I?" So to get to see a smile on her face, being active,
Yeah.
really important, because that really was the hardest thing for us, for Anna,
Yeah.
really, was apart from the fact it's a heart disease and everything else.
Yeah.
She's such an active kid. Playing hockey, all after school
Yeah.
clubs, PE, she was into everything, and then literally overnight it was like, that
Yeah.
stops.
Yeah.
And we had to find a lot of things to try and replace that regular
Yes, yeah.
regular exercise, that regular social thing
Yeah.
that comes with hockey. And we did cinema and we did temping bowling, but those are just quick fixes, and we got her into lots of other things. So actually going out, raising funds, doing events like this,
Yeah.
it keeps her busy and keeps her smiling.
And it's the British Heart Foundation and
Yep.
Great Ormond Street Hospital that you guys are raising funds for?
Absolutely,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
So is that who's been looking after you, Great Ormond Street Hospital?
Yeah, they're brilliant, and I think that every penny is well deserved.
Good, good. Right, thank you very much for joining us today. We obviously wish Anna all the best
Yeah.
going forward. We really hope that one day you can come and play for us.
Cool. That'd
Yeah?
be great. That'd be cool.
We would love that. So best of luck for the future. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you to Andy. Please go on to the British Heart Foundation website, find out how you can get involved, look at Great Ormond Street, but most importantly, please register as an organ donor and have those conversations with your family. They are difficult conversations to have, but they're so important, and you can save people's lives. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.